Morning drinkers, everyone.
I know. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. We've been away for a while. We've been dealing with some stuff, and it was the holidays. These motherfuckers surprised me on my birthday. That was fucking cool. By the way, I want to say a comment about that.
Okay, because I want to say something about that as well.
So my girl. I'm talking about my girl. So she actually planned this whole surprise dinner for me. I had no idea. Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah, obviously. So I just remember I woke up. I was like, this is what 30 feels like. And, and
it doesn't feel that much different.
It doesn't feel that much different. Yeah. So, but I'm going through my day. Yeah. I'm going through my day. And, my mom, my dad, Lauren, George, they messaged me happy birthday. And they're like, you're 30 now. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And throughout the day, I'm at work and I'm doing the routine. And usually at work, I give all my employees a cake on their birthday. Even if they ask it or not, I just bring it.
Aww. All their birthdays just based on their file.
Exactly. And then.
So wait. I don't want to derail too much, and but I do want to pause there. So you have their files in a filing cabinet, though. Do you have something on your desk that's oh, this is this dude's birthday then, or something?
I actually have it taped to the side of my CPU.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I have my computer CPU on my desk and then my monitor in front of me. Right. So it creates this little L.
Yeah.
And on the CPU, on the inside wall where I can see it, is everyone's birthdays, their phone numbers, their addresses, their emergency contacts.
Okay. You're a good boss.
I try to be.
All right, continue. So you buy them cakes.
So I buy them cakes, but on my birthday, I don't really expect one of them to come by and bring me a cake. Right. So I show up, no cake.
It's okay.
And then Adrian shows up later on with 2 cakes because he couldn't decide whether if he wanted carrot.
I'm really hungry for lunch.
he was like, I don't know if I wanted carrot or chocolate.
Nah, fuck you. Fuck you. So whichever one you want, I'll take it.
So and then we share it throughout, and I'm like, all right, well, you're 30, you're not supposed to be expecting happy birthdays. You've been there already, And then the days going by, and I'm like, this is what 30 feels like. People don't give a fuck about you.
Nah.
And then eventually, I get off work early because it's my fucking birthday and I'm the boss. I wanted to leave a little early.
Yeah.
So I finished up all my work early too. So I text you. I'm like, hey man, I'm free from work. I don't know if you want to hang out.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh, well, I'm busy, blah, blah. And then you didn't even bring it up. You're just like normal day.
Yeah.
And then I said I'm hanging out with Hecky. We're gonna go out for drinks in your area if you want to hang. You're like, oh, well, why is Hecky here? And I'm like, oh, we're celebrating our birthdays. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot, bro. So I'm like, it's whatever. Dude.
Yeah. Welcome to 30, bitch.
Yeah. So it's all right, wake up call.
Yeah.
And Hecky and I, we go out and everywhere, and I don't know if it's because of the coincidence, but I didn't get ID'd anywhere. Which is weird for me because I get ID'd all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, really? Over a day? I'm not going to get I got ID'd yesterday. Yeah. So then they laugh.
Knows, man.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, it's your birthday. Here's a drink. And yeah. So I get to the restaurant and I'm assuming it's just going to be my parents, my girl, my cousins, and then all you motherfuckers start showing up, and I'm lit by the way.
Yeah, we knew.
I was fucked up by the time I got there, so it was a really good surprise. I was awesome. We kept drinking throughout dinner. Well, I did, and
I was drinking a little bit. I definitely had some soju.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had some of that pink stuff and the blue stuff.
Yeah, I like all the colors.
All the colors. We tasted the rainbow that night.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was really fun. Getting drunk with my dad afterwards was pretty funny too. All in all, good stuff.
Good bidet.
Good bidet.
Good bidet.
Good bidet.
So, I think 2 weeks, maybe even more. Law reached out to Diego, and Diego texted Omar and I, and so we were all in the loop. And I had told you when you invited me, because you were saying you're in my neighborhood to grab drinks with you and Hecky, I told you I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I got a student. I don't have a student. I don't have a student. I was I was texting Diego. Like when he texted me, I texted Diego. I was like, bro, the surprise is not going to be a surprise if I like.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, he's not going to be surprised that I'm there because he just invited me. and like, I can't be like, sorry, dude, happy birthday. I can't make it. So I was like, I'm going to go, but I guess you and Omar could be the surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude, it was actually pretty fun. We went to the rabbit hole for the Gentiles out there.
Yeah.
And I did our usual move when we want to get friendly with the bartender. We're like, you know what? Like, surprise me. Make something up, you know? Because you can tell when a bartender is just pouring drinks and when one's like a bartender.
Yeah.
So I saw the guy was just pouring drinks all night, but he was itching to do something.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, man, make something up for me.
Yeah.
I liked it so much that... And he noticed that I liked it. He was like, I'm going to keep some on the side, just like the ingredients and stuff ready just for you. Just let me know when you want another one.
My man.
Exactly, dude. So, great service, great drinks. And then I'm already a little saucy from there. And we're like, we got to walk back to the car.
Yeah.
And Hecky's like, well, Sycamore Den's right next door. On the way to the car. So we're like, all right, we're Sycamore Den. And then from there, we start getting the green drink.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a real good drink.
The green drink.
Yeah.
And then I got them hooked on the green drink. And then we stayed there longer than we were expecting to because we were just having so much fun. But in Sycamore Den, the bathrooms, they're unisex. They're like, it's one toilet.
It's gender
neutral.
Yeah.
So when someone tries to open the door behind you, you don't know if it's a guy, you don't know if it's a girl.
Or something else.
Or whatever they identify
with. Could be like a giraffe,
Yeah. But long story short is you want to make sure that your pecker is in your pants before that door opens.
Sure.
Just because you don't want to...
I feel like it doesn't matter who's on the other side of the door. That's what you want. No?
Sure. So my dumbass didn't lock the door.
Yeah. So you're just like...
So I'm peeing, and I'm not saying like
you have the gun out ready to rock.
Yeah, I'm not saying I Me Too'd someone, and we're back.
Yeah.
All right. So, just as a quick refresher, we came back from the holidays.
Right.
So, we reached the holidays.
The holy days.
The holy days. I'm in Oceanside with my lady's family, and her sister's husband's family.
Okay.
And these folks, they're all from like the Northeast. Mm-hmm. A lot of accents when they talk.
Yeah. Connecticut area,
Long Island.
Yeah.
And there was this one, like, I guess he's like the stepdad, like he's mom's new dude. He's
new boo.
And he has like it sounds like I don't know. I could be offending someone from New York right now, but like it's one of those boroughs, Bronx, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I got you.
It's
picking up what you're putting down.
Like they sound tough when they talk, but yeah.
But he's not.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't test him.
Like, we didn't fight. No.
Yeah, exactly. And it was at that point in conversation where they've only really experienced people from outside of their community when they visit their son to see his family, which is i.e. my girlfriend and her sisters.
Correct.
So I'm the first whatever that they've seen probably a while. And
they live in New York, man. There's more.
No, they're like secluded, like they don't live in the city. Woods? Yeah, they live like in suburban, like little cul-de-sac.
Yeah, but there's still other.
Apparently not. Okay. So
they're like, they told us.
Yeah. So the beginning of the conversation started off with them constantly. They do the thing that I've spoken about on the pod before, where it's like they want to really prove to you that they're an ally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not
and
racist.
It's like, yeah, exactly. But because I'm so ambiguous, they would be like, Hondurans are bad. What? And then they look at me, they'll be like, and then be like, Central Americans thoughts, And then
Nicaragua,
like treading like they were like clamming, like testing it out with their feet as they tread. So at one point I was like, especially in these situations, like I'll make like far right jokes or comments just to be like, I'm testing these waters, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I bet you they breathe like a sigh of relief.
dude. Okay, so that's what I'm getting at.
You're like, these Mexicans should not be allowed here. They're like, oh, thank you.
I didn't go that far. So long story short, he was telling me about a story about this guy that, you know, got a gun pulled out of him in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And that's why he doesn't go down there.
Right.
And I was like, all right, cool, yeah. And I was like, well, check this out. My friends and I, we were in New York at the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and someone pulled out a gun in our direction too. And then he stopped me. He was like, well, what are you doing in the Puerto Rican Day Parade to begin with? He's like,
Puerto Rican guy.
Exactly. And that dude, and that's when I was like, Puerto Rican guy. And he looked at me and was like,
exactly. Now you get it.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Obviously, I'm quoting It's Always Sunny. And in my head, it's like a whole different movie. But the fact that he was like, thank you. You know, like you understand. Oh, exactly.
What are you doing at the Puerto Rican Day Parade?
What are you doing there to begin with?
Yeah. He's like, Puerto Ricans are good.
Yeah. So we leave there the next day. We go down.
This is Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve, yes. Yeah. Christmas Day, we make our way down to Mexico to see my family and everything.
Right.
It's good. It's jolly. We're having a good time.
Wait.
We did it backwards this year. Because
usually Mexicans celebrate Christmas
Eve. Yeah. This year we did it backwards. Last year we did it
because of you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because of the recent death in my family. So like,
your aunt, right?
Yeah, my auntie. So it was like maybe we try it out where we are at like our other families, and then Christmas Day we come back.
Right. Okay.
You know, to the nucleus.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we tried it out. I mean, we didn't see it. Whatever. So,
wasn't that big of a difference?
Yeah. So, I mean, when we're together, we have fun, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
So, it's Christmas Day. We're opening gifts and everything, and my cousin Hecky dresses up as Santa to surprise the because there's babies in our family.
Full on beard.
Full on beard. The little glasses. Everything, dude.
Lovely.
It's honestly, it's like, it's so wholesome, and we're all like, because the kids, you know, my cousin Nora's kid was terrified. He was like, I don't want to go near him. But the funniest part about it was all the side comments from like my cousins and the other uncles and shit, because they're obviously like, we're trying to make our own fun, right? You know, because you know, not just for the kids. Yeah. And my cousin Cesar, he was like, ya llegó el pinche Santa Caribeño.
I mean, he is dark.
Yeah, he's like
dark.
He's like, the Caribbean Santa got too much sun on the sleigh right here. Oh, dude, it was wholesome. It was good.
Those jokes sound wholesome.
Well, I mean, in our family,
right?
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, anything goes.
Yeah.
But now, let's get to New Year's.
Oh yeah, because you're in Hawaii.
I went back to the island
to Oahu, right?
To Oahu. It's pretty cool. I mean, it was not much changed. Not much changed. It's like I never left. I drove everywhere, like the back of my hand. Everything was perfect. But I gave myself the opportunity to finally do touristy things. Right. And I was explaining this to my girl, because she was like, "You lived here for like 7-6 years. Like, why didn't you like do the touristy shit?" And I said, because I dated local girls that were like, we don't want to do that shit. So I never, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be a full-on tourist. I'm gonna spend an absurd amount of money just so I can get this tour. The experience, yeah. So I booked everything months before. Yeah. Kind of forgetting about the weather patterns in Hawaii. So I was like, oh, what's the one tourist activity that I never got to do that I'm super curious about?
Waikiki Beach.
The fucking dinner cruise around the bay and everything. And you see Waikiki from the ocean. I was like, fuck yeah, you know? So it's a dinner cruise. It's like it's a boat. It's not a yacht. It's a boat, like the Spirit over here. Okay. It's 3 stories, and like every deck.
Is it nicer than the Spirit? Because the Spirit's pretty ugly.
They're on par.
Okay. Okay.
And
it's nicer beach.
And every level has a different dining experience.
Interesting.
So I was like,
so you gotta come hungry.
Exactly.
That's come correct.
So for our tier 3 level, it was steak and lobster.
Nice.
But I can't eat lobster, so they
Right.
gave me steak and a chicken breast.
So what were the other bottom tiers? Like
It was like
appetizers?
chicken, salads. It was like they didn't get the low.
Oh, so it's essentially it's like a course, 3-course meal.
No.
No. Okay.
No, so they should. Well, I guess. I mean, they
if
show
you're
up.
saying
They
it's
give,
like salads and then like appetizers, kind of
with the lower decks. They
That's what
didn't-
I'm saying, yeah.
maybe. So, and it's like a dinner show. They dance and they do everything.
Yeah.
You know? So we're making our way to the port,
Mm-hmm.
and it's storming.
Ooh, so the boat's like
it's coming down.
yeah.
And we're approaching the boat, and the boat's in the water, like
Yep.
doing this, and we're like, it'll die out, you know. And eventually, it dies out. Like the rain stops, but the sea's still kind of shaky, and we're like, all right, it won't be that bad.
It's pretty bad.
We're waiting in line to get onto the boat, and it starts fucking downpouring on us.
Oh, so wait, you weren't on the boat
We
yet.
weren't even on the boat yet.
Oh shit.
We were on the pier watching the boat do its thing, dude, and we're like, it's gonna be all right. Let's have some hope.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So,
Non-refundable, I'm assuming.
non-refundable. So
Yeah.
we're waiting in line to get on the boat, and it starts downpouring on us, and we're like, all right, whatever. It stops raining because it's Hawaii. It rains every like 5 minutes, or doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we're on the boat, and it's moving around, but it's a little calmer than what we expected.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe once we pass the wave breaks, it won't be that bad. Yeah. So the thing's rocking.
Yeah.
The thing's rocking, and because of the package that I bought, like they gave us champagne bottles and everything, we couldn't touch them, dude, because we were like, this is impossible. So
do you know the trick for like seasickness though?
you just don't get on the boat?
Well, you actually should eat something and be hydrated. If you're if you're dehydrated and you haven't eaten, like that's when it really fucks with you. But there's a fine line. Don't overeat.
Yeah, because then you hurl.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, once I see a crew member struggle to move,
Yeah.
I know
You're
it's
like, yo, this is serious.
this is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, I've been on boats before, like,
Yeah.
and you know, like it's not that bad. Like I can quote unquote have my sea legs.
Right.
But again, like no one knows a boat better than its crew.
Yeah.
And if a crew's struggling, then you know you're in for
Yeah.
a fucking ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started noticing the waiters like doing the dance.
Yep.
Like they were surfing the boat with like the trays. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
And the table sitting next to me is these fucking like I think they're Albanians. They were speaking some fucking Russian shit, you know. and I look over,
real aggressive.
and yeah, it was,
Yeah.
dude. So one of them had a seafood allergy like me.
Yeah.
And the husband was like, "We ordered no lobster," you know. And
yeah.
the waiter was like, "All right, like I'll replace it." Like, "Thank you." And it's like,
Yeah.
"All right," like, and then he looks at his lady and he speaks to her extra louder than he did to the waiter. It was like, "Oh, maybe that was like his levels, like
Yeah,
too." You
yeah.
know, like this is just their
I'm
culture.
having a lovely time.
Yeah, this is just their culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going around the boat and they're like, you know, everyone say where they're from, you know,
Yeah.
and
God, I hate that.
and with their thick ass accent,
Yeah.
they're like, Ohio. Dude, I shit you not. Like one of them stopped them like you're gonna blow our cover.
Right.
It's like Cleveland, Ohio. It's like, you don't have to hide anything here, baby.
Right.
We're in open waters.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's even scarier. They got away with some shit.
They and the crew were the only ones that didn't get seasick. Okay, so let me go up to the build up.
Yeah.
The food was shit.
I bet.
The food had the texture and taste of frozen TV dinners. Like the steak, yeah. And me, I'm really sensitive to shellfish,
Yeah.
and like sometimes the smell alone will give me a headache.
Right.
And I'm surrounded by lobsters, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this mixed with like
Nightmare.
the boat. I told Law, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go out to the deck, get some fresh air.
Right.
I go out.
It's pouring.
This is not just pouring, but there is a shitload of people, guests, like with barf bags, like,
Oh,
dude.
God.
And I'm just like, I can't escape it.
Yeah.
And then I turn around to go back to our table, and the entire dining area is empty, except for the Albanian family, and they're going around taking people champagne, dude. And
I like these guys already.
and at this point, my girl's like, you know what, like if I don't lay down, like it's gonna be bad news.
Right.
So we like we grabbed like a bunch of the dinner chairs and we made like a makeshift like little bench, and she laid across it and I was sitting on it. I was fucking dying. And long story short, we did not get to enjoy any of it.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing you would hear in your surrounding was like
People throwing up.
was the jazz band playing along to people throwing up, kids crying, like people screaming like get me
like a
off this
scene from a
fucking
movie.
boat. Exactly. So it finally like it doesn't calm, but it's a little bit more bearable.
Right.
And it's New Year's. Fireworks are going off,
Happy New Year,
and everyone's just like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Like, you know what? Can we just go to port,
Bro,
please?
2022 sucks already.
Dude. And then I overhear the person next to me after he's done hurling into his bag.
Yeah.
He looks up at one of the crewmen. He goes, "How much longer do we have till we get back to port?"
Yeah.
He goes, 45 minutes.
Oof. Yeah.
And he's like, "I'll swim, dude." He's like, "I think I can do it." So we finally, like, the captain announces like 5 minutes till we port, you know, and everyone at this point is like funneling down the stairs.
To the gangway.
Yeah, and it's like the scene from the Titanic, dude. The one part that pissed me off the most.
Oh, I would have already been pissed. You're not even upset.
Is that because of our different dinner entree choices per tier?
Yeah.
The lower deck was filled. They had just plates of like cheese boards, and apparently cheese is really good for motion sickness.
I've never heard that, but okay.
It calms you down. I don't know.
Coats the stomach.
Yeah. So like they're down there eating cheese, and I didn't have any fucking cheese. I couldn't even eat my fucking
I just
meal.
tell me how good the cheese
Yeah,
was.
exactly. Yeah. And they're living like doctors, eating cheese, drinking champagne. I'm like, fuck you guys. Fuck you guys.
Oh man, I had a similar experience years ago.
You had to. Oh no, I was thinking about because you also had a rough New Year's.
This New Year's, I did. I'll get into that, but I had a New Year's similar because I was playing a cruise ship. I think it was 2016 going into 2017. I played a New Year's cruise ship thing, and
like the Spirit or?
down in Baja.
Oh.
And the
one that takes you to like Ensenada and stuff.
I believe so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty stormy because I'm talking like I'm playing and I think I was sitting and I could swear like my board is like this.
Oh my god!
Because it's like we're like, oh god, you know? And I'm trying to play. I see like the people dancing. And they're like, yeah. It was really bad. Like everybody got motion sickness, and my girlfriend at the time, she had brought like Dramamine and all that. And she had to go back to the room a couple times because we were on the boat for a few days.
So Dramamine doesn't really
knocks
help.
you out though.
Yeah, that's all it does.
You out, yeah.
It makes you sleepy, so you sleep during your
Yeah, so she would like go back to the room and kind of like knock out. And like maybe a few years prior to that, I was like suffering bouts of vertigo for some reason. So I'm used to being.
Yeah, I was about to say. So being on the boat, did you feel like on dry land?
Yeah, like when like shit started getting all crazy, and like everybody's like, dude, I was like, this was my daily life for like 2 years. And I was completely like, it was fine, guys. We're all right.
You got your sea legs on land.
Yeah. So then, fast forward to this New Year's, it was a blast. Like the gig, like the whole experience was like pretty fun for the most part. We got free meals, free hotel rooms. Each of us got a room we didn't have to share, so that was nice
beautiful,
too.
Dude.
Played just outside of Palm Springs, and I decided to play it safe because I was like, I don't really trust casino food anyway. So I'm gonna get a pizza. That seems kind of safe, right? Like a burger's pretty safe too, but I was like, I don't want a burger, I want a pizza. So I order a pizza. And I was like, I'll eat half now, and then after the gig, because the gig, and like by the time I got back to my room, it would be after like 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna be fucking hungry. I've been playing for like 4 hours. So Omar decides to get a steak and fries, but then he's like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go for clam chowder. And I'm all, you want clam chowder at a casino in the desert? I was like, I don't think so, man. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'll risk it. I got rock gut. I'm all, what does that even mean, man? You know? So it's about an hour before showtime. we'd all gone back to our rooms just to kind of just chill before the show. And Omar is like, hey, come with me. We need to go to Walgreens. So yeah, Omar texts me and he's like, hey, come with me to Walgreens. Let's get some drinky drink for, pre and post show. And he's like, we also need to get some Benadryl for Sydney. And I was, what's going on? He's like, yeah, I gave her my clam chowder and I think she's having an allergic reaction. And I'm all, what? And I was like, she's allergic to shellfish? And he's like, no, she has that shit all the time, but she's like breaking out in hives and she feels like her throat's closing up. And I was like,
you need an EpiPen for that.
I was like, what? And then he's like, yeah.
I would know.
Yeah. So luckily they had Benadryl down in the lobby or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they give her that. And we end up going to Walgreens anyway. And so this is like an hour before showtime, right? We're driving back from Walgreens and Omar's like, yeah, my head kind of itches right now. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, like right here. It's like, it's all itchy. He's like, I'll be all right.
Dude.
Yeah, we're in his room and I'm like looking at him like, fucking clam chowder, man. I fucking told you, So we play the show. We were drinking. We weren't allowed to drink on stage, but in between sets, we're drinking in the green room and just kind of shooting the shit. And afterwards, it was me, Sid, and Omar. We're all the same age. And we were playing with some people that were like mid-20s, like 25, 26. Mm-hmm. So they're young and they're like, we want to go gamble.
They want to have fun.
They want to have their fun. And the three of us are like, we're going to be at the bar.
Yeah.
And then, so we're at the bar. We order like another couple drinks. And they're like, all right, let's go back to the hotel room. And so we go back to the hotel room and we're kind of hanging out. We got into like these kind of clothes, like get out of the
casual wear, leisure wear. Get
out of the monkey suit, get it nice and cozy, and we're just kind of chilling. We have like Fresh Prince going on, and we're up until like 4 a.m. just drinking, and then we all go back to our rooms, and then like 6:30 rolls around, and I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I feel a little hungover.
Yeah,
and so I'm like, all right, let me go. I feel like I need to take a shit. I was like, let me go take my shit. So I go. And it's nasty. I'm just like, yeah, that's to be expected after a night of drinking and eating pizza and shit. And like, I was in the green room. They had like the most unhealthy snacks. So I'm like eating grandma's cookies, like a Snickers, like just like whatever. I'm gonna go out with a bang before the new year. And so then after I go to the bathroom, like 10 minutes goes by, and I'm like, oh, I need to go again. And so I go, and I was like, ooh, that was bad. And then like another 10 minutes goes by. And so it was like every 10 minutes I was having to go. And at one point it was just like clear. Like I had already emptied everything. It's just clear. Like I'm pissing out of my ass. And I was
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was not okay. I know what you mean by clear and pissing out of your ass.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I was expecting like for some reason like shit just coming out and all of a sudden like dry heaving.
Like my budget.
Yeah, just like when you have that moment.
Yeah. So I was like, oh fuck, dude. And Omar's already like texting the group, the band. Like, hey, and he said it last night before we all went to bed too. He was like, there's a breakfast spot over here. Let's go eat breakfast. And so I text Omar while I'm like literally sitting on the toilet. I'm all, yeah, I'm skipping breakfast, dude. How are you guys doing? And he's like, I'm good. I'm chilling. And I was like, fucker. So I go to Walgreens.
You're also talking about our dear friend.
Yeah.
Picked up some roadkill and ate it. Let's not ignore that.
You're right.
So like to me it makes sense because I remember the story.
He's used to some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he eats roadkill.
Like the fact that like I remember
He's so country.
You know what fucked me up the most is like I remember being at work surrounded by blue collar folks. They scratch their balls, they whatever, and one of them saying like, I mean, call me a redneck, whatever, but I'll never eat roadkill. And I'm over here thinking like, I'm associated with people that do it. Like, does that make me something?
Yeah. I was like, this dude made nuggets out of it. Anyway.
Keep going.
Yeah. So I tell, I was like, dude, I'm not going to make it. I end up going back to that Walgreens in the morning, and I get some Imodium. And I pop 2 of those suckers, and I'm just in my car. I'm like, all right, fucking hit the road because I'm like 2 hours away from home, and Like, what am I gonna
And
do?
I gotta get home. Yeah.
And I gotta get home, right? So I'm about on the highway for about 20 minutes, and I feel the all too familiar feeling when you have food poisoning, like someone punched me, like right there, like, and it's hard. And since we were playing in the valley, it's cold in the mornings and at night. So it was like 40, 45 degrees, and the sun is out, but it's still cold. I'm like running a fever because of this thing that I'm blasting my AC in my car, and I'm still like sweating.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I look, I see like a McDonald's coming up, and I'm like, I guess I could run inside. And like, I couldn't make it. I pull over on the side of the freeway. I just hop out, open my door so nobody would see me, and I'm just like puking. But like I said, I had already emptied everything. It's just bile. It's just nothing but bile, and it's like
hydrochloric acid,
yeah,
stomach acid.
yeah. And I'm just like,
and it's burning coming out.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, oh my God, dude, like this fucking sucks. So I get in my passenger seat. I not lie down fully, but because my gear's in there, I can't lie down actually. I'm just like sitting for like 10 minutes, and I was like, all right, let's go. Luckily, that was literally the only time I threw up. It wasn't the worst bout of food poisoning, but it was definitely like, fuck, dude, this fucking sucks. The rest of the day sucked because I was super nauseous like the rest of the day. And then when I get home, you can even see like a box of saltines right there. When I exit right here, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Rite Aid. I'm gonna get like some electrolytes, and I'm gonna get some saltines.
You're gonna fix yourself.
Yeah. They don't have any saltines. Like there's like the whole section is like out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Everyone got sick.
Everyone got sick. Yeah. So then I go to the Vons across the street, and I go to where they have crackers. It's all out. I just see this one box left of like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, where the fuck? Like, there's a saltine shortage. So I do that. I come home. I come home. I just, like nurse my ass back to health. And I'm just eating saltines when I could, and then made like some broth. And that's what I had for like 2 days. For like 3, maybe 4 days, I was still like nauseous here and there.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You need to make juk.
What?
So it's like this Asian home remedy for like when you can't really eat something because you got food poisoning or something, but you need to feed yourself.
Yeah.
Basically rice porridge with chicken broth. That's like the cheapest way to do it.
I essentially made that.
Yeah.
After the saltines, because I was like, I'm fucking over crackers. Let me make some rice. I had some rice, did that. And then, you let it sit there with the chicken broth. And it's like, it's like a porridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, well, let me tell you a little story. Speaking of puking while driving.
Keep going. I'm going to get some more.
So, 2011, my cousin that lives in, where she lives in Rancho Cucamonga. She hits me up randomly. She's like, hey, like I'm in downtown San Diego, like partying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fucking, I haven't seen you in years. Yeah, let's meet up. And I'm with Donnell at the time.
My man.
So, long story short, we party. We go to house parties after that. We're having a great fucking time. We're fucked up. And we head back to Donnell's place. And I look at my cousin, like, we're sleeping here. Like, I'm not driving us anywhere. Like, no way.
Right.
So she's like, all right, cool. So we spend the night. And she wakes me up the next morning like, dude, you got to get me back to my hotel room. Because, like, my sister said that they're leaving back to Rancho Cucamonga. So I'm like, like, when you wake up, especially at that age.
Fucking, this is also like before Uber, right?
Yes, 2011, dude.
Fuck.
So I just remember like I woke up and when I woke up, I was like, I didn't feel the headache. I didn't feel weird or anything.
Right. You're just tired.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm just tired. Like, I got this. And then when I turned around to get out of bed, I was like, I'm still very drunk.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I got to get her home.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't think of like calling a cab or so. I think she didn't have any cash. Doesn't matter. So I'm driving her down through downtown and it's going bad. I'm like having the spins. And you know how downtown is only one ways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, fuck this. And I'm in the old black Mercedes. Remember the SUV?
Yeah.
And I roll down my window and I puke out the side while driving.
Yeah.
And I turn back, stop sign. So I stop and I puke again. Cop right behind me.
No.
Yeah, but he was laughing.
Yeah.
He was laughing, and then like I just like I don't know. He didn't do anything. But
maybe just assumes like it's daytime. Maybe this dude's sick. That's it.
Maybe. So I finally get to her hotel with my other cousin, her sister, and like her friends, and I drop her off, and my cousin's like, dude, you should probably like lay down here for a little bit,
Right.
you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like puking and everything, and at that point I call my parents. I'm like, both of you need to come. One needs to take the car because I
Right.
can't drive. So they come, they pick me up, they say hi to my cousin, they're laughing, blah blah, talking about good night. We finally get home, and I look at my car.
It's all dried up.
It's not only is it all dried up, but because of the stomach acids, it's peeling the paint.
No way. That's so crazy.
So, a little lesson: open your door when you puke. Don't puke out the side of your fucking car.
Yeah, I mean, I got out just because I don't trust. I mean, my car's less than a year old, so I was like, I don't want any puke like spilling in as well, because that shit's just So I got out of the car, and same thing with the cop. There was a cop that had just pulled someone over not far away. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I don't want him to see me like puking because then he might pull over and be like, hey, you can't drive.
Exactly.
So I opened my passenger door to block what I was doing. And I was just like, yeah.
Fuck. You know, like, and that's not my first time puking while driving. Like, I've been fucked up. I've told you this story when we had dinner, which is weird. But, went partying back home in Rosarito, and then I had to drive back up Sunday because I worked the next day. And I'm driving, and I panic because I have to puke, and I don't know what to do, so I just puked all over myself. And at that point, I'm like crying, and then I'm like, I gotta get home, and I go straight to the border with puke on myself, and the agent's like, just go home, dude. Like, just go home. Like, I don't want to deal with this right now.
You're like, yes, citizen.
Exactly. I handed my global entry card. I'm like, trust me, I'm legit. Like, just let me through.
I was born in Washington.
Oh my god,
dude, that's hilarious. But also, food poisoning is the worst. And the thing is, I think my food poisoning it's a result of me having stomach issues in general. I feel like I'm more susceptible to it. But my stomach's been jacked since I think November when I was taking those antibiotics.
Were you taking them on empty stomach?
No, it's just I was on antibiotics for like 3 weeks though, and so
it's heavy.
Yeah, it like wrecked me, and I feel like it's definitely getting a little better, but I'll have moments where I'm just like,
is there
doesn't feel right.
Ways to help out? Like you said, you eat cheese to coat the stomach or something. Like,
yeah,
is there a way to
yogurt stuff with probiotics, prebiotics? Those are ways that are
pre and pro.
Yeah.
One is the pre the one before the pro.
I believe so. I don't really know exactly. I remember my doctor was telling me about it.
You're not a biotics expert.
Yeah. I should know about it because of my stomach issues. But I mean, famous jiu-jitsu guy Gordon Ryan, I think he attributes his stomach issues that he's been battling for years now to when he got staph infection, he had to go on antibiotics, and he said ever since then he's had gnarly stomach issues. Like there's stories like antibiotics have done a lot of good things, but they do have a negative side to it where it could like fuck you up. And in his case, I guess maybe now they're starting to figure out what's going on, and he's saying he's feeling like better than he has in like 5 years or something like that.
So long story short, there is no such thing as something good for you. Like
there's no free lunch.
Yes, exactly.
There's no free lunch.
There's no free lunch. Something has a price.
Yeah, and I've kind of attributed me having stomach issues for a long time because my mom, every time I got sick when I was little, dude, it was like, here, antibiotics.
Really?
Like all the time. All the time. I remember being on antibiotics like all the fucking time. And yeah, I feel like that's what really like wrecked my fucking stomach.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember one time. So when I was a little kid, my parents went for like a vacation, like they just wanted to have like some alone time. Mm-hmm. So they left me and my younger sister with my grandparents.
Yeah.
And my grandma's so fucking Chinese, dude, that like
Chinese medicine too?
Not just that, but yeah. So like I remember I had to take like it's basically like the kids' version of like a one a day, but like in a syrup form.
Right.
And I had to drink like 2 of those little fuckers, and it tasted so nasty. And I just remember my grandma, she like poured me my 2 and she like forced it down my throat. And she was like, "You don't give your mom shit, you better not give me any shit." So, and I just remember there was like maybe 4 more pours left in the container, and my grandma was like, and she just like gave it to me. She was like,
"You're good for the next few days."
she was like, and I was like, "Grandma, I don't think you're supposed to take more than the recommended dose."
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, it's gonna make you stronger." Like, you know, like
I don't think there's any science to support this.
you're gonna be like extra vitamins, you know, like. So I just remember, like, I felt really, really fucking sick.
Yeah,
that
man.
like 20 minutes after drinking that, that was like, it was like the first period of the day, and I just puked all over my desk, and my grandma like had to come back and pick me up and take me home because I was sick.
She's like, "Now we got to get more vitamins."
Exactly. And she was like, "You puked it all out." It's like, how are those gonna help you now? It's like, good thing that I went to the store and I bought the replacement, and here we go, we're gonna top you back off. And she sent me back to school, dude. She was like, you're gonna miss school because you couldn't take your vitamins. I don't think so. Like,
the guy can make me look like an asshole.
Exactly, dude. Oh my god.
I remember I used to take those Flintstone vitamins all the time.
Nah, my grandma didn't believe in those.
No, well, she's Chinese.
Yeah, she would give me fucking sauco. Sauco is actually a Spanish word for elderberry.
Elderberry, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but just like the roots.
Yeah.
Or garlic tea.
Garlic tea's good.
So just boiled garlic and you drink the broth.
It's good for your stomach too.
So I remember it helps you break a fever.
Yeah, allegedly.
I mean, it helped me. Allegedly. I mean, the last time, I haven't done it in years, but yeah, the last time I did the garlic tea thing, I remember I had sore throat, like congestion, and like fever.
Yeah.
And I drank 2 cups of that cocksucker.
How many cloves are you? Or
like
balls?
2 teeths.
2, okay.
2 teeths and 2 teeths. And I just remember like it makes you sweat. Like you get really fucking sweaty. And I just remember like the next morning I woke up and my sheets were drenched, but I was fucking perfect.
Dude, that was me with COVID when I had the Delta. Like every fucking day and night. I got to a point where I was like, well, why even change the fucking sheets?
I'll just put a towel down.
Yeah, like it was a nightmare. So gross.
Oh, man. Yeah. See, I don't know. Earlier you were kind of, I wouldn't say teasing, but like you made a comment. It was like, "Oh, you haven't got it yet."
Yeah, you haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, and it's something that like my lady and I have been kind of like,
let's just get it.
No, it's like
it's like chicken pox. Like, who has it? We're coming over.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're talking about like it's scary that we haven't gotten it, but like our friends have, and blah blah. And I'm flipping through the news, coof parties.
Yeah, it's a thing because the Omicron isn't like nearly as bad as the Delta one and even the Alpha variant.
Allegedly, yeah.
No, like it like the symptoms and everything. Nobody's died from it.
But as I watched the coof party video, the newsreel, and the suggested videos, something that is from this year, Brian, 2022.
Yeah.
Flu-rona.
Yeah, there's the combination of that. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna fucking be unhealthy like that, and you
What's next?
Well,
they're gonna find a way to merge COVID with the HIV, dude. Like they're someone's out there like.
I believe they fucking released this anyway. I mean, I believe this.
Say
shit.
it.
No.
Say it. The Chinese.
You say it.
My people.
Yeah.
Why did you do it? You know what's crazy? I saw this Vice thing recently about how there's a scary amount of Chinese immigrant QAnoners.
Interesting. You have me hooked.
Yeah. So apparently during the January 6th insurrection of last year, in the background, not discussed, is a sea of Chinese people with Chinese signs, and everyone's like, "Oh, the opposition," but no, it's like fuck the CCP, like QAnon this,
right.
like dude, they're like, we're with you guys.
They're insurgents, dude.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
One of them was a alleged Tiananmen Square survivor.
You can make up shit. Go to China and look up Tiananmen Square. Doesn't exist. Never happened.
It's true.
It never happened.
True.
Never happened.
It's true over there. Yeah. It never happened.
Yeah. So, yeah. Spies.
Okay, since we're treading on this subject, people that have been part of a historical event go somewhere and maybe like a sub-radical group has a belief that
Didn't happen.
didn't
I
happen.
mean, yeah, Holocaust survivors, like a lot of people. There are a lot of people that are Holocaust deniers. And you're
Yeah.
like, what? Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm trying to think of one situation in my life that I can relate to, and I can't, but our friend George can.
What is it?
9/11. So when 9/11 happened,
He denies it?
he doesn't deny it, but the joke is it never happened. Because I remember this because him and his dad went to Japan.
Yeah.
So
I think I do know this
so
story.
they flew out September 10th.
Yeah.
And they landed in Japan September 12th.
Yeah.
Because they went like against the rotation or whatever. I don't know
Right.
the science.
Yeah.
So they skipped a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember like when George came back from his Japan trip and we're all recovering from the 9/11 shit.
Right.
I was like, dude, like, wasn't it nuts? And he just looked at me. He was like, it never happened. He was like, I was in the skies, dude. I didn't see anything. It never happened. All right.
There was a similar experience. There's this comedian, like a local guy. I saw him years back, and he's like, and he just kind of like opens up with 9/11.
We were there at the Comedy
Yeah.
Works comedy.
No,
It wasn't the comedy Madhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he talks about how it was like a lovely day with his dad. He's like, I have fond memories of
Yeah.
9/11. Yeah. That shit's great.
Oh, dude, what was his name? But I remember his bit actually, like not word by word, but I remember
Yeah.
like key parts of it. He's like, a lot of people. He's like 9/11.
Controversial.
Yeah, controversial topic, but it was a great day for me. He's
Yeah.
like, and he talks about like how he didn't really have a relationship with his dad,
Yeah.
and that his dad, because his dad was in the Navy,
Yeah.
so they lived in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and he was like, I got to spend like the whole day like fishing, going to tide pools with my dad. It was
Yeah.
fun, like.
That's so good. Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. 2022 though. Happy New Year, right?
Starting off, so I mean, it didn't.
You know, it's wild. I know we haven't been as consistent where we would do an episode every week. We did for a while where we were doing an episode every week, but in a sense, we're pulling up on the anniversary.
Oh shit! Yeah,
We started this last January.
We did.
I need to go back to see when
The archives.
episode 2, because episode 1 was audio. Episode 2 is our official like YouTube one. I need to see when that was released.
We gotta do it.
gotta do it.
I mean, this is the New Year's episode essentially.
This is the New Year
This
like
is
holiday recap episode. We
I was
didn't
about
have
to say,
because we were busy around the holidays. I was a little sick as well, and so it's just like we didn't have a Christmas episode. I'm a little bummed we didn't have a Christmas episode.
holiday recap.
Yeah, but this is a holiday recap.
That's what we'll title it.
Yeah.
What was really, really fucking funny though, out of all the holidays and everything that happened, I seriously thought that because of Corona and everything, that there wouldn't be people at the mall. There wouldn't be scoundrels going about.
Nobody cares anymore, man. I think we're all over it. It was low. It was packed, huh?
It was fucking
packed. Yeah.
And because of my proximity to a sketchy mall, I got to see fireworks, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that, like,
Didn't it get lit up? Didn't someone like fire? Yeah.
someone tried to drive their car to the Macy's.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. So what I'm saying is that, like, I'm glad to see people out there having fun.
Yeah.
You know, like,
back to normal
back
shit. Yeah,
to
we're back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2022, we're back. Dude, I was just talking about this with Omar in regards to everything that's going on. And he's like, dude, it's not going to last that much longer. People are over it. At this point, I mean, you saying the coof parties and all that, like, people are done. People are done. Like, and then especially with this variant, I believe I read that nobody has actually died from this variant. That it's just like an...
Allegedly, because Hawaii just had 4 deaths yesterday. COVID related is what they put on the news.
But see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
It could
again,
be-
you don't know. You don't know.
It could be like they had a heart attack and they tested positive.
So
for
one of
COVID.
the reasons why the Chinese people that are QAnon affiliated are so into QAnon is because they have that sentiment of like, I've been from a communist country where they don't tell you the fucking news, and this guy's telling us.
It's like Cubans that come over that are
super right wing, because they've been there,
right. Yeah.
So it's like, in a way, I can kind of like empathize, if that's the right word, but
right.
It's like, open your fucking eyes, look at what's out there.
Yeah, man. It's
like these people that you're marching with, that flag they're carrying, they don't like you.
Yeah, I know.
You're an ally to them for what your beliefs are, but you're not like them.
It's crazy though, and I guess eager is the wrong word, but I'm definitely interested to see what direction things are going to go in, because I was looking at, so even certain cities in this country, like domestic travel is okay, but certain cities in this country, you now have to be like 100% vaxxed on top of your booster.
Yeah.
To like do anything, even just to go grab a bite. So,
dude, to fly to Hawaii, we had to do this whole like Hawaii safety protocol thing with the vaccine.
Yeah.
And you have to have like a Hawaii approved QR code to get around places. Like, dude, it was a hassle.
Yeah. So I was doing, like I said, I was doing some reading just a couple days ago, and I was just like, fuck, man, like I'm still unvaxxed. I think I'm still bodied up antibodies wise, because like I said, I was around my pops and other people at Christmas that had it, hugging and everything, like fucking coughing my face, like nothing,
And you did a test recently.
And I did a test, like just a few days ago, and it was like nothing.
You're bodied.
Yeah. So it's interesting to me, because it's like, what about those people like me that's like, we're not carrying, we can't get it, like what's going on, You're
not cool because you don't have the little card, dude.
I know. So that's interesting. So like, I feel like that's an easy thing to forge though, right?
People have been forging them left and right, dude.
Yeah, like if like I'm gonna go
get some card stock.
I'm gonna go to a restaurant in New York or something, and they're like, "Oh, do you have your card?" Like, yeah, you just flash it real quick. They're gonna be like, "All right."
Because if it goes into this direction, they're gonna start making government vax cards.
Exactly.
And they're gonna have, and it's gonna be they're gonna scan it, put it under the light.
It's all very Star of David, right?
Yeah, I know. So
that's what the QAnon people say, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just fucking nuts, dude. How like this pandemic has boxed some people in, opened other people up. Yeah. But like no one's happy with the in between. No, there is no in between. Is what I'm getting at.
I think the in between is mask up.
Yeah.
I think it's silly that we wear the masks as soon as you sit down in your booth or whatever,
and then you take it off.
You're like, hey, we're in a safe zone now. You're like, what the fuck? Like, it's stupid, but
but you have to it's the social choreography that you have to do these days.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're that scared, I mean, like we've all been saying, I want to stay home.
Send you some things that I wanted to put up on the pod.
We doing deep dives already?
Yeah, we can. I don't have that much because I've been.
That's fine.
I actually been taking a break from Reddit because I noticed how much screen time it was taking.
Yeah.
Let's
get into some dives, and then we could always wrap it up.
Yeah.
We could lap it up.
Oh, we could do that too.
All right, here we go. Get your booty on the floor tonight.
Oh, well, first let's. I had already texted you one that I wanted on the pod, and then. Why is my internet so slow?
Chiropractic work?
The one, go scroll up into our chat. Oh, but we can view that one too.
Oh, you want me to do the game?
Not that one. Go up.
Definitely not that one.
Yeah, definitely not that one. Go up. The one that says we need to put this on the pod.
Oh shit, that's right.
So I'm assuming this is
set it up right here.
So this has to be some sort of like Comic-Con convention, but the technology these days has gotten so it's so impressive that like it's so immersive, and I'm assuming that this is a new segment that they're gonna add into the metaverse. I'm not sure yet.
Bro, it's already there.
But the point, what I'm saying is like you got the VR, it's almost tactile in a sense where you can kind of feel what you're messing around with. It's really fun, really impressive. I'm just loving where the technology is headed in the metaverse.
Right.
Let's hit that.
Okay. I mean, like it's so obvious what it is, you know? He smacks it too. He's like, yeah.
Dude, he is.
How does he not?
Dude,
he thumbs it. He thumbs it.
dude.
How do you not have a boner?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He's like, ah!
Dude, he just murdered her, dude.
Bodied.
Bodied. But yeah, the metaverse is looking phenomenal.
Oh, dude, this Bo Hightower.
Let's get some audio on this, please.
Yeah.
Now, I was a little concerned at this chiropractor because
You don't know who he is? I've sent stuff before from him.
no, not never, but
He is the Jackson Wink out in Albuquerque, like MMA chiropractor. Like he was John Jones chiropractor and all those fools.
then that may explain his methods here. Yeah,
Press play?
yeah. Press play.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. I love that it pauses there.
So that's what he does to all those MMA fights. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Gotta get him loose, man. You gotta get him loosed up.
What does that do?
Preps you, man. Okay, and then this one is.
I don't know if we shared this already, but I just wanted to watch.
If we have, we'll cut it.
So this is a homie being a good homie, dude. Checking on his buddy, even when he's busy in the most intimate settings. You got to just help out your man, you know.
Yeah. This is the turtles.
Yeah.
It's like halftime or what? This turtle's having the time of his life.
He's like, the hospitality here is insane.
Yeah. He's like, baby, we get watermelon? They're just dribbling on her head.
He's still on there, dude.
Dude, look at it's a dinosaur, dude.
Dude. So
Turtles fucking is hilarious to me.
turtle fucking is hilarious, but I did not know that. I think last time I sent a picture of a turtle's dick,
Yeah.
and it like anchors in. So that's why
Why they're stuck.
That's why they're stuck. Yeah.
Right. So he has to like wait to
He
go
has
soft.
to finish and go soft.
Yeah.
Until he's like, all right, you can now leave.
Yeah. She's like, I've been trying to leave.
But if you notice,
That happened. That's a lot. Like I feel like that
Like
happens
dogs.
often for the cats too,
yeah, because cats' dicks are like hooks. Yeah.
and they're like spiked all around or some weird shit.
It's barbed.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, so if you notice in that clip, the female turtle, it's like she doesn't even know he's there, or it's
Yeah.
like it's fucking every Tuesday.
whatever, yeah, just get this
just
watermelon.
drip that watermelon on me.
So
That was refreshing on this hot day. But yeah.
man.
Out of all those, I think the chiropractor one was the one that like made me jump the most because it felt so normal towards the beginning. At the end, it was like,
whoa.
I had questions. I was like, wait a minute, that's not that.
His wife is cracking, by the way.
Really?
Oh, his wife is
He's
beautiful.
doing that to her. Then maybe the wife was like, "This is some on the low shit," but
Yeah.
like,
But you know what? Maybe put it out there. See
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
like, what does that do? Did he crack her cervix or?
I mean, I guess, I mean, maybe not exactly in that video, but maybe some time later.
Yeah, sometime later. Oh yeah, but all in all,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I will be drinking, obviously. I'm still
After your birthday.
Yeah, I mean, I think I broke it last year at Super Bowl. Remember?
Yeah, but you're not gonna do that this year.
Maybe not.
Super Bowl doesn't seem like it's that enticing this year.
Well, it hasn't been decided who's playing in it, so
But already, I don't care about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm caring less and less about sports these days. Just MMA stuff and
Yeah, because I don't know.
I already did it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? No, fuck no. Like I still like baseball, but it's definitely. I mean, also since it's not baseball season, I it's like whatever.
Yeah, like with me with football,
Yeah.
like I have season passes. I love going to the games, but it's
Right.
like you just can't go to the fucking games anymore. So.
I think that's what it is. That's why I'm a little disinterested. Is because the whole pandy's still going on. I'm just like,
It's not the same.
it's not the same. Yeah.
Like
The gamers got what they wanted. Esports is like this is what's gonna really catapult esports.
Yeah, like there's something about being in the stadium and hearing everyone screaming. Yeah, dude, it's just like fuck it, this is a game.
Yeah.
But when they started playing those shows with like the cardboard cutouts in the stadium, it's like this doesn't feel right.
It feels like you're watching golf.
To the point where I think it was the Korean baseball league that was playing sound clips of audiences.
Yeah. Like they'd hear the crack of the bat. Yeah.
Yeah, like fuck, dude. But yeah.
I would be fucking
Oh yeah, but on that note,
Happy New Year, everybody.
Merry New Year.